Hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to the horror bar. So today's video is obviously showing off my latest diorama, which is the American Werewolf in London diorama. Obviously I've gone for the pub scene. So this is part 3, the final part basically of building this diorama. I did part 1 and part 2. Just showing you the process of putting this together and everything. So hopefully you've watched part 1 and part 2, so now you can see the final result of basically how it looks. I think it turned out looking really good. I especially love the way the actual stonework looks on this diorama. It actually looks like real stone to me, which it is not. It is just the foam stuff that I use, so it's super light. The sign came out looking really good as well, and that's just been hot glued on. So, and then obviously you got the door, which is nice and green. I tried to weather it as much as I could. It is being weathered, but it's just not coming up on camera very good for some reason. But it's definitely not as bright green as it's showing on this camera. It's a lot duller than it is, so I don't know why it's coming up looking as bright as that. The bench looks pretty accurate on the camera anyway. It might be slightly a bit duller than it is. So again, it's just showing it, showing maximum colour basically. And then what I did for the groundwork, I added the little stones because I wanted to add some actual real stones for a change, something different. Some bits of just bits of grass and bushes or whatever you can call it, weeds. I've just added one there and just one in this corner as well. And obviously you got the window. I added like a net curtain as well to the back of it. Because he is like a net curtain to the back of the window in the actual movie. So yeah, I think it turned out looking really good. I did this side as well, but obviously I didn't go all the way. I just added a bit onto that side of the wall. If you turn it this way, you can see that there's nothing going out this side, and you can see the actual back there, all the basically messy stuff. So yeah, I think it turned out looking really good. If anything, I think it could have been slightly bigger, but the only issue with doing it slightly bigger is it wouldn't really fit on my shelf properly. The figures fit on there pretty good. You can remove this though if you wanted to remove the bench. So I've not permanently glued that in or out. So you could have it like that without the bench, but I'm always going to have the bench in that scene because in that scene in the movie, there is a bench there just underneath the actual window. Some of these stones are not glued, so they are a bit loose, but it's fine because I'm not going to be moving it about much. It's just going to be sitting on the shelf with the actual figures itself. I did do a little handle as well. I think the handle came out looking really good. But again, everything is made with the foam. It's all handmade. Apart from this bit of this bit's actually wood. The window panels. The bench is foam, the flooring is foam. Obviously these are real stones. I did a little label as well just to show that what it is, but I think anyone who's ever seen this movie will know straight away what this scene is. So we'll bring we'll bring both of the figures in now so you can see how big they are in this diorama. So as you can see, it does take up a lot of space, and especially with me having two of them there as well. But like I said, it's space what I was worried about. They need to go on the shelf. It needs to sit on the shelf with space with other dioramas. So, but yeah, you can see how that looks, and I think it looks really good. So it just captures the scene basically. But the only issue with having this diorama and this scene, the pub scene, I'm never going to probably be displaying Jack like this. I'm going to be displaying Jack with like the zombie look basically, with the dead look. I don't know why I keep saying zombie look because he does keep coming back, doesn't he? But he's not a zombie. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna swap out his stuff because I did a review on these figures, but I never swapped them out. It's a little bit warmer today. I've got my heating on as well, so it's made it a bit warmer in the bar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap out the heads and the arms and the jacket, and see how that looks in this scene. I'll bring in the American werewolf in as well, I think I've got one of the other characters, but I don't know where it is. So I'll just bring the werewolf in as well, We'll see how that looks. But again, the werewolf is not going to be able to sit on this diorama. It'll probably just sit to the side. But we're going to swap his parts off now. Alright, so you can check how that looks. So this was pretty easy to swap out, to be fair. I was a bit worried when I first got it because it was still too cold and I needed to swap them out. But the arms came off really easy. The head was a bit harder to get off. And the jacket came off nice and easy as well to swap them out. So the swap outs weren't too difficult on this if you ever want to swap out. Just bear in mind, obviously, if you are swapping pieces out with Neca figures, you want to make sure they're warm. Really, it's a warm place where you're doing it. They're not too cold to swap out because they're very easy to break otherwise. You can see how this looks. So this is the look I'll probably end up going for anyway because I love this look how Jack looks. I've just added the little background what you get with this with these Neca figures. So you can see how that looks like that. It looks pretty good. That it looks pretty cool. I was after doing something like that, adding just like a moon basically to the side of this diorama, just to add a bit more, I don't know, just to add a bit more look to it. I think it looks pretty good like that. I mean, you would have to get it sort of framed in the right sort of angles and everything, but you could take some good photos. So we'll just remove that for now because I just want to bring in the actual wolf in now, so you can see that the wolf is definitely not going to fit on this diorama because I've just got him out and I've forgotten how big he is. He's so big, this piece. So I'll probably just have the wolf maybe just at the side, something like that. Yeah, I'll probably just stick it on the shelf. I can just get him standing a bit better. Yeah, I'll probably have it just on the shelf like that on display. So it'll be like me, just the setup of the American Werewolf in London display. And I've got the Demon as well, which is an older one. So I'll probably maybe have the Demon just behind the werewolf there at that side. But you can see it takes up a lot of space. That this wolf, I mean, you probably could actually fit him on this display if you move the bench and move these figures out. We'll try that now. Actually, I don't think we'll. It's still massive. Yeah, it's so big, this. So you could see. I can't believe how big this is. You don't realise how big. You don't realise how big this is. I mean, it was absolutely huge when I first got it. I was super impressed with it. I am still really impressed with it. It's still absolute quality. I mean, I did a bit of repainting to the teeth and I added a bit of blood to it. I need to add a bit of drill to it again. I did add some drill to it, but it's actually come off when I've had to put everything away. So I'll have to add some drill to it. So if you remove the bench and just have them on display on the diorama, there's be a lot more space. Let's just pop him up a bit. There we go. So you could see I could have it on display like that, but I'll always probably end up using the bench because obviously that's part of the scene in the movie. So yeah, tell me what you think of this diorama. I think it looks really good. I'm happy with it. I'm glad that I did do it. I wasn't going to do a diorama at all for this, and now I'm glad that I did. I think it looks so much better with the figures having their own diorama, because I mean, nearly all my Neca figures have dioramas. I only mainly really do the retro cloth figures by Neca. I have some plastic ones, but with these ones not being retro cloth, and I'm a big fan of the movie, I had to pick them up, and yeah, I think it was definitely needed to make a diorama for this. So I'm glad that I did make a diorama for this. So yeah, I mean, you can see that looks really good with the pub in the background. These are awesome figures. These are really are good figures. I mean, I did say in one of my videos that I thought Krampus and the Clown was like the best Neca figures they've ever done. These are very close to being there. The more I look at them, the more I appreciate the detail and the paintwork, what's gone in there. Just looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that is the diorama. So let me know in the comments, Sam, what you think of it. Leave a like in the video as well. Subscribe if you've not subscribed. And we'll see you in the next one. So again, thanks for watching. Bye bye.